Good morning, YouTube. It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Today is September 26th. Today we're going to be talking about We Live by Faith. And that topic comes out of Psalms 18, verses 6 and verse 19. The morning version is the New Living Translation, and it reads, "It in my distress I cry out to the Lord. Yes, I prayed to my God for help. He heard me from his sanctuary. My cry to him reached his ears. He led me to a place of safety. He rescued me because he delights in me." The text says, yesterday we pictured being led by a single beam of light, allowing its illumination to direct our steps. The flashlight helped us to avoid a tangle of roots or a dangerous drop off. Take the journey a little deeper today and imagine the batteries giving out. Once again, you are in darkness. What now? Cry for help? Ask someone who is already there to guide you. Can you think of a time where you honestly couldn't see where you were headed? Perhaps that time is now. Our prayer for this morning is, I know that you are, Lord, I know that you are always ready to rescue me, but I also know that I need to acknowledge my distress. So I call out to you and plead with you to rescue me. Thank you for hearing my cry. Amen. The evening version of Psalms 18, verses 6 and verse 19 comes from the NRS as in Sam, V as in Victory version. And it reads, "In my distress I call upon the Lord. To my God I cried for help. From his temple he heard my voice, and my cry to him reached his ears. He brought me out into a broad place. He delivered me because he is delighted in me." This again is our faith walk. While Jesus' light never goes out, sometimes our sight does. Ooh. This again is our faith walk. Come on now, let's do it again. While Jesus' light never goes out, sometimes our sight does. We get so bogged down by circumstances, by sin, by our own agendas, we can't see a thing. How do we keep moving? We cry out, and then we follow the sound of God's voice. We must step more slowly now, but we can still walk. We just need to listen and have faith in his voice. Our prayer for the evening is, God, I acknowledge tonight that my sin has blinded my path. I have often chosen the way of this world over your ways. Thank you for your forgiveness and ability to cleanse me from all unrighteousness so I can see the way again. The question for ourselves today is, are the steps you need to take in spite of your blindness to the path? Are there steps you need to take in spite of your blindness to the path? Call out to him. Let his voice guide you home. It's so funny because I actually thought about this as I do with everything. I usually go over things and reevaluate stuff, whether it's my day or a process that I took to get something done, just trying to see if I can make it better or do better or, whatever. And I thought about, gosh, what if you can't see a light? Like, the same conversation we had about the flashlight, is that conversation then null and void to someone who can't see it all? You know, how does one be led by a light or illumination if all they see from their perspective is darkness, because they are in fact blind? And I thought, gosh, I should have addressed that. I should have, but in everything, God has a plan and a purpose. And see, here we are talking about we live by faith. Well, that's what a lot of blind people have to do. They have to live by faith. I oftentimes think about the faith and the confidence it takes to walk along a busy street corner with just a stick, a walking stick in front of you, and you kicking it back and forth in this small way to show you what's in front of you. As a blind person, they carry those long sticks, and then they kind of walk with it back and forth, back and forth. And I thought, how does a blind person navigate New York? I mean, when you think about that, how does a blind person navigate new spaces? I mean, their own environment they know, but when they go into a new space, how do they navigate it? They have to have faith. They have to depend on sometimes someone saying, yeah, it's about half a block up the way and to the right. And if they're determined, they do have to have that faith. If they're determined to get out of their home and explore this world, experience this world, they have to have faith. And so it became a teachable moment for me as I thought about it, and as I'm thinking about it today, it's continuing to teach me. We must step slowly, but we can still walk. We need to just listen and have faith in His voice. You see, people who cannot see, they don't have all of their senses, sight, hearing, even mobility. It's not a sense, but where you don't have everything is not 100%. You have to have a measure of faith. And so it is with myself, being a seeing person. A lot of times being a seeing person holds me back because sometimes I'm not as confident. Sometimes I'm not as forthright because I see things and then I start making plans and agendas, and I'm not going to head that way, or I don't have the confidence to go ahead and jump because I see how high it is or how low it is or how rocky it is. And so I don't move. Seeing is a good thing, but I can see how it can, in some instances, hold you back. But the faith that it takes to go blindly, not knowing, that is the faith that God is talking about. He's saying, what if I remove it all? Okay? Yeah, you got the lamp unto your footsteps. You got the light. You got your flashlight that's lighting one step at a time in front of you, that's keeping you from going and falling off the side of the mountain, right? Okay? But faith says that even if I can't see God, I believe that you are guiding me. I must use my ears to hear. Okay? And sometimes we can't use our ears. Maybe our ears aren't functioning. Maybe we have to use touch. Feel our way. Right? But what faith says is that even though I may stumble, okay, my faith says that God is still guiding me. Okay? Even if I do fall, God is there to catch me. That's what faith says. Faith says that, God, you said head in this direction. This is the direction that I'm going to head in. And I'm just going to believe you and trust that you got me. I heard a preacher say one time, for every one step you make, God makes two. We're not going to be able to bend every corner with our own eyes, with our own know-how. We're not going to be able to bend every corner, right? But faith says that God has already bent that corner. He has already gone before us and made the crooked places plain or smooth for us. And so that's what we rely on today. We rely on our faith. There's some things right now that you cannot see, that you don't even have knowledge of, that's not even on your radar. Come on. There's some things out there in this world that's not even on your radar. Right? You're not alert. It's not even in your cognitive field. In other words, you don't even know of it to be afraid of it. You don't even know of it to expect it, to rejoice in it yet. But God has already gone before us, and He's made these crooked places plain. He's already tripped every trap, every snare, tripped it, right? There's so many things that we walk right past that could do us harm. When we think about the world we live in today, and you just think about how you move just from Friday to Saturday, now to Sunday, you know how many killers you've passed, murderers you've passed, abusers, right? You know how many snares, you know how many traps, you know how many enemies have been thwarted. You know, think about the old Batman movie, Kazab, Kapowie, Kablooey, all around you, all around you. Even in the places that are illuminated, you sit before us protected. I sit before you protected, covered by God's grace and His mercy. Right? And we don't know about it. So I guess maybe, you say what you don't know won't hurt you. But this is what faith is. This is why we stay in a place of constant appreciation and adoration for the God that we serve. Is because there are things that will never even you'll never ever even know about, that God has protected you from. Okay? There are dark places that you must go because He said go. Go there. And it is dark, and it is dim, and it is cool, it's cold, and it's scary. But faith says we must go in because we are protected. We are covered. Or we may tumble. We may take a tumble. We may trip up a little bit, and it frightens us. It quickens our breath. But keep moving. God got you. He's already gone before you. He's already gone before you. Okay? He is there to guide you. Right? And a lot of times God doesn't show us everything and doesn't tell us everything because He wants us to trust Him. That is the part that He delights in, when we trust Him with wild abandon. Okay? So it's my prayer for you today that you go, that you do, that you climb, that you work through, even when you can't see, even when you can't hear. Go, do, work through, keep moving, but do it by faith. Listen, okay? When you can't listen, look. When you can't look, feel. Use your discernment. Trust God. God, what must I do here? Which way do I go here? Lord, show me how to move in this forward. That's my prayer for you. God gives you the confidence and the boldness to go by faith. Faith and not fear. In the name of Jesus. I love you guys so much with the love of the Lord. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Tomorrow starts a new week and we'll be back tomorrow morning. I love you again with the love of the Lord. Nothing you can do about that. Have a wonderful day, you guys. And until next time, I'll holla.